What if the story of human survival is not just about us, but about a close relative whose legacy we carry within our very genes? Imagine a time when the wild landscape of Ice Age Eurasia was stalked not only by mammoths and saber-toothed cats, but also by a powerful, stocky human species. The Neanderthals? Who were these enigmatic ancestors, and what happened to them as modern humans entered their world? Their story is full of mystery, struggle, resilience, and surprising connections that continue to echo in our DNA. Neanderthals first emerged tens of thousands of years ago during the Middle Pleistocene epoch, evolving and adapting in the harsh climates of Western Eurasia. They were not simply primitive cave dwellers. These robust beings were muscular and built to endure icy conditions, with broad chests, strong limbs, and large noses designed to warm cold air. Their brains were as large as or even larger than those of modern humans, hinting at complex cognitive abilities. Their physical structure was a masterpiece of evolutionary adaptation. Far from the slender frames of later Homo sapiens, Neanderthals stood shorter and stockier, an ideal build to conserve heat and wield strength. Their faces were distinguished by heavy brow ridges and large noses, yet they lacked the prominent chin seen in modern humans. But beyond their bones, the very color of their skin and hair varied widely. DNA evidence reveals some had pale skin and red hair, while others bore darker tones, a testament to their varied populations across Europe and Asia. The discovery of Neanderthal fossils began almost 2 centuries ago, but the first finds were not immediately understood. Early scientists often mistook their unique skeletal traits for disease rather than signs of a separate human species. It was only after the groundbreaking publication of Darwin's work on natural selection that the pieces began to fit together. By the mid-19th century, Neanderthals were recognized as an archaic human species, Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthals inhabited a vast range spanning from the warm climates of southern Spain and the Mediterranean to the frigid wastes of Siberia. This geographical expanse illustrates their remarkable ability to adapt to diverse and often brutal environments, enduring cycles of advancing and retreating ice sheets. Life for Neanderthals was fraught with danger. Their skeletons often bear scars of injuries, many healed, suggesting they lived a rough and tumble existence filled with close encounters with large Ice Age animals. Hunting mammoths, rhinoceroses, and wild cattle required not only brute strength but coordinated tactics and communication. The evidence implies they worked together in social groups, caring for injured members and sharing resources. Despite a diet heavily reliant on meat, Neanderthals also consumed plants, seeds, legumes, fruits, and crucially, they mastered the control of fire. Their use of fire extended beyond warmth and cooking. They produced pitch from birch bark and possibly harnessed medicinal plants for healing. This sophistication challenges early simplistic views of them as mere brutes. Their toolkits, primarily based on the Mousterian tradition, reflect careful craftsmanship. Flint was shaped into scrapers, points, and hand axes, tailored to their hunting and survival needs. While few bone tools survive, wooden implements were likely part of their daily life, now lost to time. Archaeology has revealed that Neanderthals were more than just survivors, they were creators and thinkers. Stalagmite rings found in French caves demonstrate early planning and environmental manipulation. There is evidence they buried their dead intentionally, often with signs of symbolic use, and adorned themselves with shells and pigments. One invention that stands out is the use of red ochre paint, dating back nearly 200,000 years, a practice that places them alongside the earliest known symbolic humans. Yet around 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals vanished from the fossil record, a disappearance that puzzled scientists for decades. Why did this fierce and intelligent species fade away as modern humans spread across their territory? The answers point to a complex interplay of environmental pressures, competition, and genetic exchange. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, descended from a common African ancestor shared with Neanderthals several 100,000 years ago. When our ancestors moved into Eurasia roughly 45,000 years ago, they met the Neanderthals in the Near East. These encounters were not merely hostile. Interbreeding occurred, leaving a lasting imprint on the human genome. Today, non-African humans carry fragments of Neanderthal DNA, influencing traits from immune responses to skin and hair characteristics. However, these interbreeding events were biologically fraught, with reduced fertility in offspring carrying certain Neanderthal genetic markers, especially from male lineages. Climate volatility around the time of Neanderthal disappearance likely strained their already small populations. Facing growing competition from increasing modern human groups combined with their own genetic vulnerabilities, the Neanderthals ultimately went extinct. Yet in a way, they live on within us. Their story deepens our understanding of human evolution, reminding us that our species' rise was not in isolation, but intertwined with others who shaped our biology and culture. Neanderthals were not simply a primitive prelude to modern humans, but a resilient people with their own rich histories and innovations. So when you ponder your own reflection, think of the enduring legacy of Neanderthals carried in your cells. Their strength, creativity, and adaptability remain part of what it means to be human. Enjoyed the video? Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. See you in the next one.